What's up, millionaires in the making? Welcome back to another car talk, and today we're talking about Credo. What exactly is a Credo? If you stick around, by the end of today's video, not only will you know what a Credo is, you have an idea of how you can craft one for yourself and how that will change the trajectory of your life. I want you guys to think about like a mafia boss or like a mafia group, right? You think about the movies, you think about TV shows, hey, maybe even think about real life. A Credo is a way of life. It's rules that you live by no matter what. So no matter how difficult things get, no matter how stressful things get, no matter how wild things get, you fall back to these base rules. You just live by them. And if you think about how the mafia operates, they live in very high stakes, high stress scenarios, and they need to be able to think quickly. And if it's like, yo, this is what we do, this is what we don't do. Easy. Think about it inside of workplaces, inside of startup companies that are trying to change the world. They have to boil things down to its simplest, basic rule set that everyone can easily follow, easily move by. You know, when you think about the Credo for, let's say, a lot of Elon Musk's companies, his thing is, let's bring it down to the most basic fundamentals and then strip away everything that's not necessary and then build up from there. Right? What is it? They call it like first principles. Everything is based around first principles thinking. Or maybe we think about companies like Google, which really prioritized the way that you work together as a group, how you collaborate with one another. Maybe we think about certain sports teams. Like, I don't remember what the sports team was. It's a basketball team. I remember the coach because I was reading a book. His name is something Popovich. Anyways, maybe I put him up on the screen here. I don't remember his name. Something Popovich. But there was a certain credo. There's a certain way that the team worked together, the way that they operated with one another, that ensured that they won. And they were tight-knit. They were a strong team. And this is what we're going to be looking at today. Kind of share a little bit about of ways that you guys can create your Credo. Now, Credo will define how you behave. Now, standards define how you behave, but your Credo defines what I believe strongly to live by. Your Credo will shape your beliefs and your decisions. It makes it so much easier to operate once you have these things. Here's a quick example of what my Credo is, or at least what I choose to live by. I believe growth is more important than comfort. Way more important than comfort. I believe responsibility will create freedom. I believe discipline is a form of self-care and self-love. I believe integrity matters way more than convenience. I believe effort compounds even when the results are not immediate. These beliefs don't guarantee success, but they do guarantee alignment. Now, how could you start crafting your own Credo? I want you to think about your 6 pillars of life: yourself, your fitness, your finance, your family, your fun, your education. I want you to think about these 6 pillars. And I want you to come up with at least one non-negotiable for each pillar. This can at least be the start of your Credo. Maybe one non-negotiable, maybe one piece of your Credo is, for yourself, I prioritize self-care first and foremost. Maybe a Credo for your fitness is I maintain a body fat under 15% as a guy, or maybe under 24% as a girl. Maybe a Credo for your money is I invest in myself first, and then I pay other bills after. Whether investing in yourself looks like I pay myself first, or I invest in my education first, and then I pay my bills afterwards. I have to put 10% towards me and my personal growth. Maybe that's a part of your Credo. Maybe one of your Credo, for friends and family, is I intentionally spend and make time to enjoy time with my loved ones. Maybe that's the Credo. Think about what that would be for you, for each of your 6 pillars. And for now, just think about one thing. I don't want you to think about too many things all at once. Think about just one thing. Break it down and start to write it out as, this is a non-negotiable, this is a standard that I live by. this is something that's important. So when life starts getting crazy, you don't have to make a decision. You just fall back to the Credo. The decision was already made for you. That's the beauty of Credo. It just becomes a filter that you look at life through. You don't have to spend more mental energy figuring it out. Now, when you're living from a Credo, it doesn't always make life easier, but it will make life clearer. It will reduce internal conflict. It builds your trust with yourself first, because you know there's things you definitely do and there's things you definitely do not do. Make sure you add some not to do things on your Credo list also. It creates coherence between your beliefs and your actions. And when your belief and behavior align, fulfillment becomes sustainable. And that's the role of Credo. From here, the focus just shifts to how you're behaving in your day-to-day life. Are you living based on that Credo? And if you start to move away from it, how do you realign yourself to get back to living intentionally, living on purpose? That's pretty much it for Credo. It's a very short concept. But if you start to think about what your Credo looks like and why it looks like that, it'll be much, 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 much easier for you to go ahead and build out that dream life that you want. For you to actually align with that dream life that you want, that you deserve to have, you're born to have. All right, so if you got some value from today's video on Credo, definitely smash that like button. Check out, if you want more insights like this, check out my book Stop Drifting. This is actually what we're exploring, this book together. A lot of the concepts I'm talking with y'all about, it's from this book. So we're just this is why you see me reading a bit. I'm looking down at the book talking about Credo. All right, so check out my book, Stop Drifting. If you're tired of drifting through life and you actually would like to start living on purpose, this is the 6 pillars to designing an intentional life. And with that being said, I will see you tomorrow. Peace.